24 alien races already observed in Area 51. This text was leaked by 1257 Souls this month. A copy of this guide was found in Siberia, in 1981, in Buryatia. Its first version dates back to the Stalin era and has been improved over the years with statistics and photographs of kidnapped people. Number 1. Race Master. The Megapi constellation has visited Earth since prehistoric times, kidnapping humans and intending to colonize the Earth, but was prevented from doing so by other alien races, hermaphrodites with an average lifespan of 120 years. Number 2. Dry Breed. 2.5 meters tall on average, the complex skull visited Earth 20 times. They kidnap humans to enslave them, causing the disappearance of 520 people. Originating from the third star of the Cetus, Whale, constellation. They are 40 planets colonized with the help of their slaves, 10 were taken by force, but they work together with 8 other races. Carnivorous diet. Planet of origin similar to Earth, but unable to interact positively with other races. They intend to reveal themselves to humans in 2022. Number 3. Lang breed. Small creatures, about 70 centimeters tall, originating from the 6th star of the constellation Coma Berenices, with 3 planets of origin, colonized another 10, one of the oldest visitors, source of legends about gnomes and elves. Their last visit took place in 2006. They have already kidnapped more than 10 million people. Number 4. Smad breed, planet Svok in the constellation of Battery, not included, conical ships, identical to humans, have only 6 ships in operation, have already colonized 18 planets, have great interest in human religion in their studies. A dying race. Number 5. Tingri race, coming from a planet of the same name in Galactic Sector 56, underground/intraterrestrial life, population of 10 million individuals, has visited Earth for 10,000 years. They do not need water or oxygen and live in giant ships that can carry 5 million people. In constant contact with the governments of Earth. Number 6. Graceli breed. The height of a human with fine, silky hair, from the constellation Virgo. First visit in the time of the pharaohs. They follow the history of humanity and spend 10 years among the ancient Egyptians. The boats can accommodate 6 people at a time. Number 7. Dorsey breed. Small, about half a meter tall. They visit the terrain frequently. From the Cassiopeia system, 2 home planets. Carnivorous, they eat other aliens and humans. They have been at war for 2 billion years against another alien species. Last visited the Swiss Alps in 2001. Number 8. Strom breed. Coming from the Little Dipper, invertebrates and coelenterate, similar to jellyfish and jellyfish, 2 meters tall, they study the terrestrial flora, very cautious, they have visited the Earth since the Ice Age, they have colonized 20 planets. Octagonal ships. Number 9. Related breed Spiancy. Originally from the constellation Lyra. Small, blue skin with spots. Crime planet AI Petri. Very advanced, they will arrive here in 20 minutes. Hydrogen-rich atmosphere. Non-violent, there are 40 colonized planets. They are invisible when they are near the humans unless they wish otherwise, but their presence causes anxiety in humans, even when they are invisible. Spherical ships. They study the deviation of the human race, as they call it. Their action is important in determining the future of the human race and its development. Number 10. Calypsi-Rai race. Leader Martin, harmonious race, has 2 billion years of civilization. Has no colonies. They study the development of other planets. Originally from the constellation Cygnus. They have powerful weapons to defend themselves. They say that the human race still has 645 options for the future. They are what we call Greys. Number 11. The Anunnaki of Nibiru, They pass through here every 4,000 years, not 3,500 as we think, and they are identical to humans but taller. In order to remain on Earth, the Anunnaki defeated another powerful race that already lived here. King Samuel and his wife Lilith of the Anunnaki were unaware of the presence of reptilians here and came to gather humans to enslave them. They only cooperate with the Zeta Reticularians, who are not Greys. The descendants of the Zetas were the pharaohs of Egypt. Number 12. Kaelnia breed. Originating from the star Tereid in the constellation Aquila, Eagle, 3 colony planets have a lifespan of approximately 150 years. Often seen in Saharan Africa. Has been visiting Earth for 2,300 years. Its interest is limited to terrestrial minerals. Number 13. Race Mythili, distant cousins of the reptiles. They come from the star Alya in the constellation of the Serpent, but they cannot be considered true reptiles. They have been visiting Earth since 1965 and have a terrifying appearance, and they often fly around the Earth's poles. Number 14. Reptilians. In fact, one of the 3 species has been on Earth for 15,000 years, coming from the constellation Draco, and has colonized 500 planets by infiltrating the governments of each planet. They like to work behind the scenes, very technologically advanced. Various paranormal powers, including invisibility, interdimensionality, and the ability to take forms. They have bases in the Bermuda Triangle, off the coast of Denmark and New Zealand. They will never leave. Number 15. Alcabata breed. Has 5,000 ships, has 100 colonized planets. A parasitic species, they kidnap humans for unknown purposes and do not interact with other alien species. Aggressive, constellation of origin, Perseus. They shoot down airplanes. Last seen in 2001 in Canada. Number 16. The Negumac breed or gnome, they first arrived in 1989. They exert mind control over abducted humans after they are released. The purpose of this is unknown. They are reminiscent of the insectoid creatures that inspired the film Independence Day, feared by Earth governments. Number 17. Zeta Reticuliano or Shambhala. They resemble the Matra and the Calypsi Rai, the famous Greys, originating from the constellation Nets, not included. Representatives of the Anunnaki on Earth. Artificial subspecies derived from the Zetas, but more similar to humans. Akhenaten was a typical example, removed from power by the reptilians. They have existed for 4,000 years, being the oldest type of hybrid. They can have a normal human form but with deformities or an elongated skull. Number 18. Ramai breed. Pacificans, responsible for the development of the Mayans, bringing humans from various parts of the planet and gathering them in South America. Very focused on science. The Mayans were taught everything, astronomy, etc., but when the Mayans abandoned them they decided to honor them with human sacrifices. From Capella in the Cochero constellation. Last seen in 2001 in Bora Bora. Men live 130 years, women only 26. Number 19. Movianthan Kaifik breed. Those who shine, from the constellation Vulpecula, Fox, met with American presidents and Russian leaders. They exchanged technology for the right to kidnap. They greatly influenced Tibetan culture with bases in the north of this region. They colonized 40 planets. Number 20. Rak breed. They visited Earth less often than others, only 5 times, the last in 71 AD, generating the belief in genies in Islam and the Middle East, but they stopped visiting this planet because it was incompatible with their immune system. Number 21. Havhanui Chondras breed. They come from the dwarf galaxy sextant. They appear on Earth since 941 AD for the first time in Romania and are famous for kidnapping and killing humans, drinking their blood, giving rise to vampire legends. They are tolerated by human governments. Last seen in Scotland in 1996. Number 22. Carrera Almahalik Strat 163. They lost a war against the reptilians in India in the distant past. Extremely advanced, they were forced to leave but returned about 200 years ago, but not after 1948. They travel invisibly. Originally from Jupiter. Number 23. Inanna race, Martians, from the constellation Gemini, have inhabited bases on Mars for millennia to extract a metal similar to gold. They first arrived on Earth 3,000 years ago in Japan. They were seen in Madagascar in 2003. Number 24. Indigut race, the tall whites. They have bases on the moon, where they mine using slaves. They claim to take very good care of their slaves. They maintain contact with the American, Russian and Chinese governments, trying to keep their existence on the moon a secret. They can take slaves. They maintain contact with the American, Russian and Chinese governments, trying to keep their existence on the moon a secret. They can take human form if they wish, taking the form of men in black.